Hey guys, Jonathan Price here for the group on Facebook, Film Scoring Practice, and I just wanted to go over my signal chain because I got a request as to how I set it up. So here it is. It's going to be quick, simple, down and dirty. So here we go. So a signal chain, if you don't know what it is basically taking the source signals, this source material. This is a piano track from Jenny, so awesome job, Jenny. This is a great piano track to work on. So this source recording from here into a bus signal. So this particular bus signal has a instance of Altiverb. I think the hall is Kramer music. It's just a preset. The mix is 100% mix. I leave it at 100%. I don't mess with any of that stuff. Because I have two ways to control the input and output of how much reverb is being processed, or how much signal is going to the reverb, and how much signal the reverb is allowing in. So I'll show you both of these ways. So in Logic, to create a bus, all you need to do is select that particular bus, and it gets created down here. So I already created two other buses, which I don't need. So I'm just going to delete these tracks, deselect and continue. Oops. Delete anyway, because I don't need it. And delete these guys. Okay, so I have now my one bus track. So I'm going to send all my signal to bus 1. This little meter right here is how much of that signal I'm sending to the reverb. So if it's all the way down, I'm sending nothing. If it's all the way up, I'm sending everything. So it's just kind of a gauge of where I want to put it. I think I had it somewhere around 10, 9.5, 10. So leaving it there, I'll play, let's just play the dry signal first. So this is with no reverb. It's got an EQ on it that I created. This is the Waves Abbey Road Studio EQ, TG12345. So if you want to take a stab at, editing some of this, or just looking at some of the frequencies that I've kind of messed with, you can go ahead and do that. All right, so here is no signal being sent to reverb. Okay, and here is full signal. So there's one way you can send it. Then you can obviously mix it to taste however you feel you'd like it. The second way is to control the actual input that's coming in. So I'm getting signal sent from here into the reverb. So I'll turn the reverb all the way down. Now it's important to note that whatever you have on this channel, this slider, this fader, controls the amount of that effect being put on the original signal. So if I had compression, EQ, whatever that may be, this fader will control the amount of effect applied to whatever's coming into it. So we'll turn it all the way down. So keep in mind, I'm still sending a signal, but this bus isn't allowing anything into it yet. Okay, and then all the way up. And then back to where I had it originally. So that's basically it. The reason that I like to have my reverb and all my effects on their own buses or their own channels is because let's say you have an instrument that has a lot of pre-baked reverb in. That means it was recorded in a hall, and even the close mics have a little bit of that room ambience that was recorded. The only instance that I can think of that doesn't have any of the room baked into it is the instruments from sample modeling. Their saxophones, brass, they have some solo strings now. That stuff is recorded in an anechoic chamber, which has zero reflection, zero reverb. It is the driest possible recording you can get, which is really fantastic because then you can place it in whatever hall you want and not have to worry about conflicting frequencies or things like that. So there is, to continue with that, if you have, say, 100 tracks and you have the Sydney Opera House, you have 100 Sydney Opera Houses. Well, you have a violin in one, a flute in one, a cello in one, some saxophones in a different one. You have all of these instruments that they're playing in the Sydney Opera House, but they're not actually in one single one. So you have all of these reverbs going, and you're wondering why your mix isn't balancing out. Well, it's because all of your instruments aren't going to the same single reverb and they're not playing nicely with each other. You can do this either as an effect, or you can try to mix it as best as you can, just for more realistic applications. So with that being said, I think that's all I've got. Just remember that whatever comes out of here goes into your stereo signal, in which I have Ozone running. All these are fantastic, or I wouldn't have bought them. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please don't hesitate to drop a line, send me a message, leave a comment. If there's anything that I missed or that you'd like me to go over in a little bit more detail, I'd be more than happy to. I'm the kind of person who likes to learn from you guys. So if I did something wrong, please don't hesitate to let me know. Iron sharpens iron here. And that's one of my favorite sayings, and I truly mean it. So again, congrats, Jenny. It was a great track to work on, and it was awesome hearing everybody's mix, and I hope to hear from you all later.